But the only way we go home is together.
So today we're doing a review of the show From. This one is going to be for the new episode, which is season 3, episode 4, There and Back Again. Obviously, this video will have spoilers, so keep that in mind. And let's just jump in. So the last episode ended with Tabitha coming back to town with Victor's dad and seeing the tree from inside the ambulance, which I don't know about you, but I was not expecting that.
Oh my.
It's a tree in the middle of the road.
This episode started with paramedics looking at the tree and Tabitha freaking out trying to warn them, but obviously she sounds like a psychopath. And I think it was just really setting into her that it's real and she was back, which I can't even imagine. The thing about this show is that it always has new surprises. Every time that you think you figured something out or something's starting to make sense, it just all gets reversed, or it's something completely different. I was shocked when Tabitha actually got out of the town, and then now seeing that she's back, I'm wondering if she was meant to bring Victor's dad back. If maybe he's the key out of the town.
Please don't turn around. Just keep going forward. Whoa, lady.
So Jonah gets a call at the house from something claiming to be Thomas, his little brother that died. And they tell him that his mom's going to be arriving in an ambulance and that she needs help. These are one of the moments where I'm like, what is happening? Because they kind of painted this voice as being evil, so why are you helping them? And what's your real motive if you are evil?
Listen, it's Thomas. Mom's in trouble.
You get to see Fatima looking healthier because of the rotten garbage food that she's been eating. And honestly, this part of the show really scares me because I'm wondering, like, is she gonna go all cannibal on us and try to just eat everyone? So Tabitha, Victor, the paramedics, and the cop are just driving, and now it's nighttime. And obviously Tabitha is trying to warn them and get them to go to town, but nobody's listening to her, and these scenes just give me so much anxiety.
No! God, please, no!
And at the same time, Boyd and Randall are on the bus and they're trying to watch the monsters at night, but they aren't out like they usually are. The ambulance rolls through town and the paramedics try to get out and help the person that's lying down, but obviously it's a monster and nobody's listening to Tabitha again. And this was just really frustrating, especially when the cop handcuffed Tabitha. I don't know what I would do in that situation, but I would probably try a little harder to not get handcuffed. Like, if you know what's happening and you know where you are, yeah, I would put up more of a fight. The paramedics obviously get killed by the monster, and the cop literally just starts shooting like a madman and runs away from the ambulance and literally leaves Tabitha and Victor's dad in there. I mean, I know it's scary, but at least throw the key at her or something. She's literally handcuffed. And the cop also shoots somebody from Colony House right through the window in the middle of all this.
Back up!
So Boyd, Jim, and Randall go and try to help Tabitha, but they can't get the handcuffs off of her. So Randall runs to the bus to get a toolkit. And wouldn't you think that one of them would have brought a talisman, just like grabbed one, or had been carrying one? I feel like if I was living there and I went anywhere at night, even if it was an emergency, I would always have one on me, just in case. Randall gets the tools and he does get them to Boyd, but he gets stuck in front of a line of the monsters. And then he starts seeing those bugs all around him, which makes him freak out and lie down. And in the midst of this, one of the monsters comes up to Boyd and tells him that he can have the keys to the ambulance, but he has to leave Randall behind. And he does, and Randall sees them leaving him, so that was really sad. But I really love how sadistic and calculated and conniving these monsters are. It's not just the normal, I'm a zombie, I want to eat you. They really want to torture you and inflict as much pain as they can. And I find that really interesting.
Take them. We get to keep Randall, though.
While this is going on, Marielle gets the bullet out of the girl that was shot, but she still ends up dying from internal bleeding. And that's when Tabitha, Boyd, and everybody arrive at Colony House. So Victor brought Sarah with him to build a fort because he was trying to remember something that he knew he needed to remember. He had kind of a briefcase with a bunch of items from the people that died when he was a child in the town, and he was using those items to try to remember. As he's going through the briefcase, he starts freaking out because he says that there's no item for someone named Christopher, and that's when he remembers Jasper the dummy. Victor said how this guy Christopher used to be fun. And then he started seeing the symbol, the same one that Jade's seeing right now. And one day he heard the dummy Jasper scream at him. And he said that Jasper can tell them why. Then it shows Fatima staying in a room with the dead body of the girl that was shot. And she literally sticks her fingers in her wound and licks the blood. This was disgusting. And I don't really know where that story's going, but it really goes along with the whole cannibal theory. Like, what is in her belly? Is it gonna kill her? Is it gonna kill other people? Who knows? So the episode ends with Randall all bloody and torn up on top of the ambulance, but somehow still alive, and Boyd and Donna seeing him from the window. I definitely think the monsters did that to him and left him alive just to make everybody else suffer more, and the fact that he did see them leave him. But I am wondering if it's a trap to try to get somebody to come out and try to help him. So I'm definitely super excited for next week's episode. I think it's going to be really good. And that is it for this video. Definitely let me know in the comments what you thought of the episode and what your theories are going forward.